So. Especially on these foods and these coffee. Yo, what's good, PTSD? I'm gonna mod you, dude. I'm gonna mod you, but don't feel any pressure. Being a mod. Dude, this is like. So, anybody who actually has a channel that I mod, you're in the shower? G-Dog. I don't know who you are. I know who PTSD on MMA is. PTSD, I was gonna say, don't feel any pressure as a mod. Oh, thanks, man. I'm happy you're sub. PTSD, like I said, don't feel any pressure as a mod. It's more of like an honorary mod shit. I mean, you're welcome to act as a mod, you know, if you feel that anybody needs timing out. Yeah. Yo, it was good having you on that stream, bro. Like, I feel like we actually got it some shit. Also, it was like a gimmick, PTSD. I actually did buy a fucking vape. Just for the fucking hell of it, dude. What's this live gonna be about? This live's gonna be about me waiting for Madison.
From top to bottom, all of the art.
But also about Saturday's UFC card, because I'm not gonna be able to make a prediction video. What's up, Country Life? It's just JJ. What's good, bro? Bro, if I had that hair, I would. What? Yo, what's good, Tersey? Dye a blonde and go super. Dude, I could just go Super Saiyan, bro. I just don't want to. Dude, Tersey, it's not about. It's not me quitting streaming. Holy shit, why do I have 7? Dude, I really hope nobody's bought 70 live viewers, dude. See, I should find a new hobby. Well, no, dude, I have like some family shit. Like, I'm gonna hear sort of a yes or a no on. Tersey, maybe neither. It depends, dude. Like I said, I have some family shit. That's going down, which means that like I'll know tomorrow, probably late afternoon tomorrow. You're high as shit, gang. Yeah, dude. Yeah, sure. I think I'm about to. Why, dude? I'm not about to cry, bro. But I haven't cried since like '04. So, my favorite Italian wine. You mean like categorically would be Pinot Grigio. Um. Fuck did I do with my cigarettes? Oh. It's okay, you can let it out. Yeah? Freaking no, I'm not gonna cry. Dude, why would, like, do you not understand that, like, I don't know where you're from, dude, but, like, in a lot of places, like, I mean, I don't even feel like crying, but if I did, bro, I mean, there are decades of conditioning to where, like, if you feel like crying, you better convert that shit to anger or some form of that. Otherwise, do you need kit? Do you need backup? Do I need backup? Is brand dude? Do you think that would matter to me? Tersey branding kit. It's not. Nobody's threatening me. It's not YouTube related whatsoever. Although G1029 calling Tersey out. Dude, G1029, I'm pretty sure Tersey would bury you in your own blood. But that's not, no, dude, it's nothing like that. I mean, dude, yeah, dude, yeah, exactly. Come on your actual account, bro. But no, Jesus isn't king. But no, here's what it is, if anyone, what's up, bros? Don't know if I hate your hair or your voice more. See, Jonathan Garfine, I don't believe you because you're typing in all caps, bro. You either love both or you're a shill for gummy gang. The thing is, bro, I like, nothing on YouTube has emotional. Play the game? What game is that? Who is tough guy? Pills. Maybe the cigarette will do what? Hearts for sale, you're cute. What do you mean, come on my actual? I don't know, Tersey said that. Maybe, I guess, maybe. Do you believe in God? If not, why? I don't know, dude. Yeah, do you have an actual account? But nah, dude, it's like, the idea that, like, YouTube shit would get to me to where I would, like, you know, it has nothing to do with that. I mean, seriously, you've seen me fucking tape all this bullshit off the fucking teeth, bro. Like, I mean, these YouTube clowns are fucking faggots, dude. I have no problem with that. Like, look at them. They'll self-destruct real quick. I don't know if it's fun. Name a time and place? Wait, what do you mean name a time and place? I've named my gym several times, bro. You're not fighting anybody. But, no, I'm waiting for Mailson, because I would like to go, like, if it is my last stream for a while, it would be fun to go out on, like, a gummy gang fucking attack stream. Tell me if I'm good, dude. I mean, personal life shit is personal life shit, you know what I mean? Bro, Sven is such a dick-sucking faggot. He'll say that shit. Dude, is Sven... Did Kyle let him on again, Tersey? Because it's like, I mean... Because, I mean, I've been on Concho. Yeah, dude, Sven comes in here on alts all the time and swears he doesn't. Was he just in the chat? Yes, Sven. I smoke like a bitch. Bro, you interact like a bitch. You live like a bitch. Who the fuck is Sven? That's exactly what Sven would say. Yeah, let's see a concert. Oh, it's my HDMI cable fucked up. There we go. Am I good? Yeah. I think my HDMI cable might be fucked up. The console get manipulated, yeah. So what happened? They really should clean my laptop. There we go.
I don't have a script. I don't have a big fight card I'm going to break down. I don't have a bunch of topics I'm going to hit, per se. Maybe I will get the topics in later on, now that I know I'm probably going to be stuck on here. But, like, yeah, I just kind of go with the flow and how I'm feeling. And whatever I want to talk about. Clown show DJ, I like that. Maybe I'll just be a DJ now. I'll just use Kick to play music. I'm not monetized, so they're not going to hit me with anything yet, I don't think. I'll just come on and be the old radio guy.
It's like a mess.
I'll be like the old man down here right here in a few years, like, remember the glory days on YouTube? Back when I was the rabid dog. Now I'm Left for Dead on Kick. By the way, I got a problem. I'm suing YouTube. I may sue YouTube. They stole my money. YouTube's thieves, man. They took my fucking
see, that's
my
not
recent
good.
payout. They took it from me. It wasn't like a ton of money, but they robbed me. there's got. I mean, I don't know. Maybe legality. There ain't nothing I can do with their terms.
Let's hear what
like,
Contra has to say.
that's so fucked up, man. That's so fucked up. I'm not even gonna get my last payment, man.
Anybody have a
It wasn't like
timestamp
a ton of money,
for
but it was,
Contra?
$200.
What's up, Leandro?
Man, they're just like raping me, man. I mean, they've raped me dry. Hey now,
Yeah,
don't
right.
dream it's over. Hey now, What we thinking, boys? We thinking it's a funeral. But I can make money on here. I think I can make money on Kick. That's why I'm not gonna cry about it. If I get that Stripe account set up, or one of those, like, I can start making some money on here. Yeah.
Yo, oh my god. Look at this. Again.
So I'm not that. No.
It's like Haunter, you fucking retard.
Sucks that
It's not that I'm getting away with no strikes. It's that them trying to strike me isn't working.
Alex Ramirez making it here tonight. It's been showing up.
Notice how anyone smart on Contra understands, like...
Sin location, Clown Show FM. The song just reminds me of Howard Stern. Hey now, speaking of which, they tried to take Stern down. Look at him now, Clown on the rise. Well, I mean, obviously, that's Howard Stern. He's a millionaire, well-known around the world. You know, I'm just a little old YouTuber that...
I mean, Clown Show could be... If Clown Show wanted to make money, he could.
Craziness, dark humor.
Clown Show could make...
I'm gonna talk about my downfall tonight a little bit, too. I'll tell you where I know where I really went wrong.
He's gotta stop
doing
this.
What
was it, trusting me?
Become too much. We'll get my thoughts on that later.
Is he gonna bring it back around?
Chad King. Sissy Boy Mage. What kind of name is that?
What's up, Andrew?
Hey, Stakor, did you enjoy your little time out the other day, faggot? If you want to, Stakor, I'm going to give you a warning, too. I don't know who you are either, but stop with all that dumb words.
Yeah, Andrew,
crap.
sure.
That's why I timed you out. Stop with the dumb shit.
Well, Mr. C...
People spam dumb shit.
Listen, man.
Keep doing it, you're going to get banned. Bring something to the table.
Wait, Mr. C, didn't you make some video about me?
Spin and Moss teaming up again. I don't know
Yeah.
Spin is one of their little like minions or not. Or
he is.
There, I don't know. Yeah, obviously you can deny it. He's gonna deny it. I have lost any faith in Spin, any trust in the guy.
I know. Let me turn it down.
I don't think he's responsible for my channel going down, but I think he might have been one of their minions. So it ain't over. It may be over. But that's the beauty of Kick and Rumble. And
Yo, Leandro, do you have a timestamp in this last Contra?
Do what I want to do. You know, it just ain't going to be on YouTube. The old June 2. Hola, Clown Leandro in the chat. Leandro! Leandro! Spin, we are coming for you. I'll just say this. I'm going to give Spin one chance probably tonight to come in and hit this out. You know,
Oh, let's hear this.
If he doesn't
What point?
Alright,
Leandro and G-Dog. G-Dog, who are you? DM me.
He's just going to be treated like a leper. If he can man up and come in and give me the...
Andrew, don't time out G-Dog.
Well, it's not about forgiving. It's more about just man up. Come in and say what you got to say. If you hide out, you're a faggot. And you're going to be a leper.
Andrew, let G-Dog...
Immediately. Yeah, dude. They sent me a rejection so fast. I'll show you the damn... They're supposed to take weeks or days to check. It was instant.
Yeah, hold on. Leandro just sent me a voice message.
It's like so stuck in his ways. I mean, I know he didn't listen to anything Mailson had to say, but I think Mailson actually generally tried to give him some solid advice.
Yeah, Leandro, you're right.
But like obviously like crashed out talking shit like last time, dude. Somebody was talking about like audio issues that Cloud.
Yeah, Hank, I got some family shit.
It's like, oh, speaking of audio, where's the boys? Voice audio.
I'm not gonna be nah, Regs, unless he's on an alt, nah. But yeah, Hank, tomorrow I'll know if I'll be streaming for a while. You know. I'm just gonna listen to clown shows. Here, actually, let me start with the one before this. Cause like, this is the thing, right? Hold on, this was 4 days ago? Okay, so this would've been after the card.
Screens are boring and they look. Did he hear? No. But I think they think if they script, he refuses to show X slides. And at this moment,
Bro, Tersey, is he live tonight? Because like,
I don't buy it.
bro, now he doesn't buy that I make money betting.
He's a really degenerate soccer betting guy. He could make a lot of money from that. I never.
I do. And I make money off UFC as well.
Jedi is 6'3" and mid, not high. Yeah, he's about 6'3" wide. 240 sounds great, maybe more. Yeah, I thought he was like 300. Imagine him going a leg kick.
Khan's talking about the same old stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know Idaho, but stop acting like you haven't been on his kick show with me. And that was a good time, dude.
And then you can edit it, right? You can edit it. People think it's all Photoshop, it doesn't really matter. It's off. Yeah. Not even on.
So I haven't listened to any of this back.
I was always aware that people are, just.
Let me hear this. Let me hear myself on Concho's kick.
They think about it.
This is gonna be the
money.
stream until Nelson.
And and with you don't.
Yeah, I'd hope. You also enjoy looking at Japanese bitches.
You won't come on their show. You won't. You're not gonna.
A little bit,
money
right?
to be squeezed out of you. And I mean, go ahead.
Not only will you not.
Yeah, Leandro, true.
Look at the no chill last night. He starts going to hand jumps on the channel. So not only will you not go on the channel, Clown, you'll start your own stream up that then draws from their viewers over to your channel to then hear what your side's beef is. So it's like a double fucking negative for them, And I'm
He's not
saying
notoriously
that
unreliable,
I
I know.
streams and defend himself, but they just know.
I know, just because Melson's trolled
The reason
you,
don't go
though.
on, Clown, is if you go on Gumby Gang stream,
I mean,
doesn't matter
Melson's
whether you talk
consistent
to him
and,
appropriately enough to
you know.
say, his entire chat's gonna hate you.
Like, real talk, Melson
If he
said
comes
the
over to
same
your
consistent
you, and he
shit.
cooks you with a great promo, your entire chat's gonna call him a loser, and like it's a,
No, I don't
it's
use
a
trash
lose-lose
talk.
for whoever goes on whose promo or fucking panel. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. So like you not going over there, of course.
See, and of course
It's
Cam's
like,
right.
It's better with you off YouTube for these people.
It's like as
just that
soon as
simple. Like,
Cam tells
the
him
viewers that would
something,
normally
he
be
should
listeners
listen.
now gonna be in this. They're not competing with donos. Like it's that simple. Giuliano's gonna go over there and gonna fight them, rah.
No,
Whether the
dude.
donos are coming in, like I even saw some donos in their Gummy Gang shit saying like, "Hey Mars, don't know how you deal with all this drama, man."
Oh, should I react to that?
That kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's
there's-
profitable for him to have.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, even if it, like, so, like, with Nocho, right? Nocho has, he's burned out. Like he's burned out of any kind of MMA related content. You know, so he's No Chill is basically just turned
No,
into
Idaho.
a drama
I don't
channel.
use.
And
You know what?
and so
Idaho.
and so I did my own stream after. He tried to do a stream, like attacking me. Idaho went on and didn't really give No Chill what he wanted. And so then he shifted to Hank because Hank's a an easy target, right? And No Chill's a fucking bitch, and I'm not even gonna make this about No Chill or musical or any of that. Yeah. But anyway, like,
Bitch, why were you texting?
Maybe I will.
I never. I don't know, man. You're confused, dude. I don't
on
have
the
that.
screen, No Chill's texting me right now.
I said No Chill was texting me.
Yeah, No Chill's texting me. You started texting me live.
Clown, like, take this as a third party. They're not friends. Like,
Yeah, we're not friends, dude. And this is the thing too.
Engage with him then. I mean, why do you give him fucking clout?
I don't. I mean, because there's a shared audience. So like, No Chill is the type of person that will just spam bullshit. Like he'll bullshit literally.
I've called him.
Right. But if like,
What do you mean, Hank? What was that part about
you? have a
you?
shared audience. People will, pop up in my stream and be like,
Oh,
"Yo,
God.
No Chill was saying this," and I'm like,
People are gonna
he
be.
fucking made that up, or that's actually his life, and he's saying that about me.
Okay, Hank, the only part about you was that I said, what did I say? What was the part about Hank? I don't even remember. You're blind, I'm sorry about that. I said, yeah, Hank, I was like, I think what I said was that Idaho didn't give. If I remember, No Chill tried to do a stream that had both you and I in the thumbnail. He brought Idaho on to grasp at straws, and then Idaho wasn't giving No Chill like the hack job type shit that he wanted on me. Which simply really isn't there. It's like, yeah, I was like, yo, Idaho, we should drop acid. He goes, I don't do drugs. I go, come on, man. Like, what if I beat you at Smash Brothers? He's like, no, I really don't do drugs. And then I ripped Idaho, and then I pinned Idaho down and forced his fucking mouth open, and I put LSD in his fucking mouth. And I told Idaho, if you go on there and you tell them that any of that shit happened, Idaho, I will fuck your family's lives up. That's the part that Idaho left out. No, none of that happened. Instead, No Chill masturbated to Idaho's mustache, and then while still masturbating, like imagined what it was like to be me, and then wound up just fucking not being able to finish. Like he couldn't fucking get it up for that girl, which is why he accuses other people of erectile dysfunction, because No Chill's MO is to fucking, accuse other people of shit that he's insecure about. I believe that's what it is. See, who is this Kogan Productions? Bro, yeah, my last brain cell is struggling to form words. Okay, bro, your mother is a cocksucking whore, bro. Your father turned your mother out, bro. You don't even know who your real father is. Yeah, Leandro. I don't know if he has ED all the time, but he definitely got whiskey dicked and cried to me about it. Literally, this is back when him and I were friends. Like, I had to write his text to this girl. This is a real story. Alright? Like, I'm not protecting that fucking little faggot's ass anymore. He needed more than advice to, on how to get with this girl. Like, I was literally writing his text to him. Alright? You're subbing, please. Like, shave and desist. Word. No, yeah, that, and then So it's like anything you hear No Chill accuse anybody of, he's guilty of, or it's an insecurity of his. 100%. Even if it's true about the person. Like, Hank might live with his parents. Hank might be a virgin. No Chill lives with his parents for damn sure. Is No Chill a virgin? I honestly, yeah, the fucking evidence is piling up. And then he'll accuse people of projecting because the people that accuse people of projecting are usually projecting. In this case, No Chill is 100% projecting. But enough about No Chill because I'm trying to a shave and desist, yeah. Well, I mean, dude. Yeah, I mean, I will say for Hank that like that whole Idaho. You remember? Yo, what's good, PTSD? I'm waiting for Melson to get off work in a couple hours. See if he wants to do this fucking like last gummy gang stream. So until then, I'm just I'm just playing some bullshit. My melody fan. Yo, is that you? So I know vaping is bad for me. MK Ultra. MK Ultra. They ran my handsome Italian bad boy ass of YouTube. So what you're saying is Gummy Gang made me. Now I'm edging them out. Oh, you just retyped the same thing and corrected it. Dude, yeah, I really don't give a fuck. I'm not quitting YouTube, dude. I have like real life shit that may be a factor in me not being around for a minute. I'll know tomorrow, as I've said. Well, if you love gooning, dude, Contro's stream is for you. And dude, I like Contro. He's not entertaining. Are you gay or trans? Why do you want to know? Yeah, Mr. C is funny. Mr. C, you're a funny motherfucker. He hasn't been the same since the war. That's a very good joke. It gets pinned. Thank you, Hank. Are you gonna react to Melson and mine's non-debate? I don't know, dude. I know you won't, Idaho. What Idaho doesn't want anyone to know is that I'm his hero. Like, okay, so this is where I left off with the Contra. Now, apparently he's done 2 streams since then. Let's see if Chad King, you would know. Did he spiral back around to, like, letting Sven on and convince him of shit?
To try to get out in front of, some shit he's embarrassed about, I mean, it's kind of necessary because somebody's, like, literally just, like, doing hours,
Hank, is your beef squashed with Idaho? Just real quick. I'm casual. You love me, huh?
I mean, content off you popping Adderall and, and everything and just going at you, like, and you have a shared audience with them. It's kind of, you kind of have to, you kind of have to be able to deal with it, right? But, like, as far as fucking, people that, like, the idea that, like, I got played for, like, money by, like, musical and it's like, I was always aware that people are, gonna try to squeeze money out of me. And that they're gonna try to be friendly with me.
Yeah.
And the thing with me is, like,
he's not bipolar,
it's like,
dude.
okay,
He's just paranoid.
Like, as long as my interests don't conflict with theirs. Like, No Chill's a guy who basically is like, alright, this guy stopped donating to my channel, I'm angry. Right? And that is like, and he made that known, and he, like a fucking retard, had to recruit people to like, that no one went along with it. But, like, anyway, the thing is, man, like, you know, somebody like Maz is just, he has all these people, the gummy gang, they all have their own channels. And even though it's like obvious to somebody like you or
Leandro, I'm sure he
me
does.
and like anybody who stands back and looks, that they're never gonna be him in terms of like, you know.
Nah, one's a
like,
mood
how
disorder.
popular he is,
Yeah.
you know, how much he makes off YouTube. He sells them that dream, you know. And because he sells them that dream, they'll do whatever the fuck he wants, and they'll be on his side and on his army and like be some private Discord, you know, chat and all this shit, right? And so if he needs them to mobilize,
Concho's
then they
in
got
this
15
stream
alts
right
each,
now.
right? And they're ready to attack that way, show up in people's chats, and they're also ready to mass strike people, right? And so if so his whole thing is like, all right, I'm gonna divide and conquer. I'm gonna use, you know, I'm gonna create this ongoing beef situation with Giuliano because there's money to be made. With Concho, I just want him gone because, you know, because basically it's like there's no
What's up,
ongoing thing like that he could try to create. And honestly, he can't really do it with me, but he thinks he can. You get me? With you, it's like, you know, you have this time-tested sort of, you know, channel where it's like, you know, you're not gonna come on panel with him. You're
Yeah,
not gonna
MK
play,
Ultra, that's what I've...
you know, you're not gonna play into
I
anything.
thought that
With me,
for
it's like,
so
I'll
long.
play into something to get into a situation where it's like, all right, it's me and him on panel.
Drama, and he's not going to be talking about you anymore. So what benefit would it? What, 2 shows?
He says a lot of fucking things, man. He's fucking full of shit. He's completely full of shit. Okay, he says he didn't strike you. He fucking struck you. He said he doesn't want to play into drama. He's got nothing but that.
Let me ask this question. I think I asked you this. I don't know if you gave me a good answer. Okay. Let's say Maz has this big Discord group, and he goes back there with everybody and says, hey, everybody, we're going to mass flag Clown. Let's get him gone. I don't know how many people would be a part of that or would be back there with him or whatever. If part of that, he went live and said he didn't believe in flagging, he's never done it, he doesn't believe in it, and he told everybody not to do it. That is so
By the way,
fucking hypocritical.
anybody thinks...
Tell me that not one person would be like, oh,
okay, yes, I am. Because I am going to tell you that.
My conspiracy?
Think about this, right? It is.
What's a conspiracy?
It's beyond hypocritical, dude. It's like it's slimy as fuck. It's just as slimy as putting an LLC in my chat that anyone can find his fucking house with his family and his children. He dropped that in my chat to flex an LLC. What he really was doing was he was putting that there so he could try to plant seeds about me doxing him. And the thing is, if you actually watch the streams where I talked about that, I was very, very careful with how I phrased it. I didn't threaten to dox the family. What I said was I have to protect this guy's family from him because he put this here. And the reason I said things that way was I was actually, see, people think that I go off like frivolously. Like I'm very much more aware than a lot of people realize. And I was phrasing things in a certain way because I know that this guy, because like you got struck, I know that this guy strikes people. So I'm saying things in such a way that you know, that if he tries to strike me, there's really, you have to...
Listen, I hate Maz. I don't like the guy. But it's possible that it's just his people and he didn't do it. It could just be his people doing it for him. But he might not have told them to do it.
I think...
No, you don't know. You keep saying you know.
I don't know. It's what I think, man.
You know, yeah, it's what you think. You don't know that Maz told them to do it. You don't know.
I don't, but let me tell you why I think it's more likely. It's more likely, like you know, it's like step back and look at who we're talking about, right? You're talking about a guy he's got all this production value. He's got merch that's shit that's never gonna sell, but this is a guy that's constantly thinking about this shit. Well, his wife fucking, falls asleep unfulfilled. He's hunched over his computer. He's designing merch. He's buying this, buying that. He fucking created an LLC, like for his channel.
Let me stress how unfulfilled his wife falls asleep. It's very important. Idaho, shut up, you dude. Idaho, do I have to bring you up when you're a guest on this show? I know, that was a good time.
I'm What did he say when DP lost? What did he say when DP lost? What, I mean, did he have an excuse? What did he say when DP lost? What, I mean, what did...
Oh, did I have an excuse? No, I passed out.
Serious, though. Like, I mean...
I've never said anything
words.
with satire.
It's words. It's comedy. It's a show. It's an old school show. I mean, what's so wrong with saying you're gonna rape a guy?
Nah.
You know? No, I'm not gonna say that in the appeal. I'm not doing that. I'm not that. Just imagine I appeal. What's so wrong with saying all that? Got a problem with it?
Wait,
They deny that so fucking...
David, wait, you're saying that what? Idaho's watched... Dude, Idaho's been on Clown Show with me. Idaho, you've been on Clown Show with me. Yeah, I know. With Autumn? He got cucked with Autumn? Is that true? Well, look. Yeah, but Idaho, you see, this is the thing, bro. This is no chill. This is no chill's bullshit. It's like, oh, I'd rather die an age-related death than be on Contra. It's like, you wouldn't, though. Because you came on, like, you got to goons with some Japanese bitches. You enjoyed yourself. Like, it's that, you know. You spent a huge amount of time in his chat. Sorry. Carbonated beverage. Oh, dude, I have no fear. Like, I have no emotion about No Chill. He's my gay son. Alright? I have... If I was lying about No Chill, I could still beat him at his own game. Everything I say about him is the truth, and he knows it. That's why he's too much of a faggot to ever come on a one-on-one fucking panel with me. Okay? Gotta know something sucks before you know it. Yeah, Idaho, sure, man. But, like, I mean, don't tell me you don't find his shit entertaining. Like, you know. And I hope No Chill does continue to associate with those retarded faggots, bro. It doesn't, like, it's not a good, like, look, I don't know who it's a worse to look for. Yes, Lane is Lane is an actual criminal. I agree, Idaho, that it's the same thing over and over, which is like, if he could just move on from this, like, who flagged me shit, when it's obvious, right, it would be so much better. That's why I'm trying to figure out, is, like, does anyone have a timestamp for...
Oh, yeah, when you try to come in, like, if I click the thing, it'll show your name on the top of the thing, usually.
Oh, he brought Sven, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, your name...
Wait, is this Terzi?
Your name being out, do you care?
No, I mean, it's...
Troy, your name's Troy, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what I was going to say, Ron, I'll let you talk about, what I was going to say is that Ear said that, like, he didn't, like, I remember I was like, I didn't talk to him for a while, and then I was like, he had reached out to me, and then I'm like, we talked, and I go, you do know about everything that went on? And he's like, oh, I was watching. I go, what do you mean you were watching? He goes, I'm on Kick too, and I go, well, why didn't you say anything? Why wouldn't you tell me? And he's like,
Yeah, dude, I'm
really
high
like the
as
name I
fuck,
picked, and I
man.
was thinking about changing it. So he's being real.
I'm not sweating out of my eye. What are you
That's just
talking
like for a
about?
guy that I've given that much hours to, it didn't make any sense to me. I kind of asked him, what are you even talking about? And then that's when I got a little weirded about because Argenti kept bringing him up, and there was just a couple of days there I started getting kind of weirded out by it. Then he said he doesn't. I don't know. He's just. I don't know what his deal is. I think he just sleeps at night. My guess is he sleeps at night, gets up early, and he just can't be up certain hours. I think.
Maybe he doesn't want to type because he doesn't want to, like, he doesn't know, he knows he doesn't have that much time. So
I know his nickname, and I haven't said it yet. I don't know if anybody's picked up on it. I haven't revealed it yet. I've never said it yet, but I know the name he uses on Kick. He told me.
I have no idea.
Anybody wants to guess?
Probably
I don't
not,
think anybody knows
dude.
what the name
I
is.
probably won't.
It's kind of a weird name, and it's him. He told me who he is.
Yeah, I did.
But
Okay.
Thursday, what's up? Why'd you come in? You want to shoot the shit for a bit?
Wait, we gotta talk. So, Sven, what's going on, bro?
Oh shit,
I was
Tursday, you
bringing
can.
I was
So-
bringing up the time that you
I heard.
told Clown you could probably kick your...
I heard the shit. So why does he keep? Yeah, Idaho. It's getting there. It is getting there. With OP, and it's because he can't get off the same shit, dude.
Your ass.
Like OP couldn't. You Idaho. You remember when OP like wouldn't leave a bunch of shit alone, and like Jim and Anthony were like sort of forced to like weigh in on it. Yeah, and as gay as this is to even discuss, I agree, Leandro. I'm sure. Yeah, exactly. Idaho. That's basically what he's doing by having Sven on here.
That was very submissive of you as a man to tell another
Well,
man.
here's the thing. He comes across as a
What
guy
else
that
is?
would go psycho.
Yeah, Chad King. I'm down.
He's the type of guy that wouldn't stop punching. Whereas, like, I wouldn't be that type of guy, I don't think. So that's why I said he'd probably kick my ass. You gotta understand me.
You're not wrong. Twice in my life I've been pulled off the beat.
Alright, Chad King. I'm gonna real quick, Chad King. I'm gonna put my I'm gonna listen to maybe 2 minutes of this while I put my picks in my community tab, and then let's talk.
It doesn't mean I couldn't beat him. I'm just saying, why would I lie?
Hey, look, everybody's got a shot. I mean,
Well, if it was live, would you even say, yeah, you... I don't know,
Because I've been in a fight
personally find that
before, and it was
submissive.
fucking weird, man. Like, I was
he
throwing
said. I mean, remember he told me. He said he's only been in one fight in his life.
Well, yeah,
Let's go.
weird. Everything was super fucking slow, and they just... and that was also in high school, so I haven't fought since then, so we can't really go off that, I guess.
Well, you remember the clip when I snapped out at you and I said I would rape you. Remember that? Remember
Yeah,
when
but I actually... Here's the thing. I don't take it personal that you would actually do that, because you're
No,
not...
you said you laughed at it and you actually thought it was funny.
Yeah, well, dude, that's content. That's funny. Like, if you do that and talk shit about me, I'm not taking it personal at all, first of all. You're obviously not going to fucking do that. Like, you're not gay. So, like,
Better hope I'm not.
well, oh yeah, here he goes. He's going to be
Wait,
like...
speaking of that,
You would
dude,
be able to
why
do
would you
nothing
play...
about it.
Why did you play Wicked Game for me? That was hella gay. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh,
sure.
Wicked Game? Well, that was because I was saying
Okay.
YouTube's playing a Wicked Game right now, and I said it was more like in line with the
Yeah,
games.
it is, dude. I got like family shit
I threw
though.
you into it, like, but it was like supposed to be fucking stupid, but
Alright, yeah, this is
it
like.
is a Wicked Game.
Dude.
20 at one point,
Alright, this
You're
seems like
like-
it goes nowhere.
to leave out of it. Definitely no cussing, right?
Whatever the YouTube guidelines are. So,
Come on, yeah, click a link and join up and talk to them. They don't like to do it.
Alright, whatever, yeah, I don't really. I can't care about Contra. I mean, or really ever. Alright, so, Chad King. Let's go. Alright, so. Alright, Chad King. Let's talk about this card. Who's David? David's just a guy that has a problem with Lane, because Lane's a fucking retarded meth addict, 58-year-old criminal. Fuck. Yeah, Idaho, you'll see David around. Yeah, that's a file. David, why you... No, Idaho's fine. Alright, Chad King, where you at? Grant is underrated. You're talking about Grant, you're talking about Davy Grant. Most of his losses are split decisions that could have won his way. Okay, so I agree with that, right? They could have gone his way. I think a couple of robberies. I think the Marcos fight was not a robbery. And you got Damon Black here, who's a better fighter. I can't, dude. Saeed is the reason that Saeed is gonna win, in my opinion. Okay, Bryce Mitchell going down to 135 whatsoever is a stupid ass move. He's following Jose Aldo right over the edge. Now, look at who's beat Saeed, bro. Like, look at who has beat Saeed. Okay, and look at who he's fought. Like, Saeed Nurmagomedov, though he is unranked, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Like, Silva DeAndrade, no joke. Okay. Cody, so, alright, let's look at his tenure. He took a loss that's aged very well to an in his prime Raoni Barcelos by decision. Okay? Came into the UFC, split decision win against Justin Scoggins. Not fucking great. Knocked out Ricardo Ramos. Shit. Fucking hiccups, bro. Knocked out Ricardo Ramos, subbed Cody Stamann. Okay. Now, Jonathan Martinez beat him. Alright. If I remember correctly, that was a 29-28. That was a close fight. Let me make sure of that. Yeah, that was a very close fight. And, you know, and it had, I mean, say he took him down 3 times. Martinez kind of controlled him against the cage. Failed takedown, 1 submission attempt. Like, I think Oliveira, bro, Kyler Phillips is not to be fucked with like people think, dude. It's like, yeah, did he get checked by Rob Font? He did, but not really, dude. And did you see the control that, I mean, that Oliveira had, dude? Oliveira had his hands down. It's like, dude, it's like, in the beginning of that fight, dude, he let Kyle... One thing that I've noticed about Vinicius Oliveira, which is why he's like one of my favorite prospects right now. Dude, Grimy, I don't know if I'm done or not, dude. I'll know tomorrow. Until then, it's like, why the fuck not? It's like I'm bored. I disagree. No, you're good, Grimy. Grimy, by the way, do you, like, I'll bring you on I'll bring you on a panel right now. Like, should I do the Grimy panel? Could be my last fucking, I don't, dude, do you really think that he was hurt by him? Or bro, he rolled with everything, okay? And then he came back and he dominated him. That fucking, bro, that spinning back kick that he landed, He styled on him, bro. He had Kyler Phillips running away from him, dude. Rob Font, it was neck and neck, dude. Alright, you want to tell me Vinicius doesn't beat Rob Font? You're crazy. Vinicius came in as an underdog against everybody. Bro, I don't think it's that, dude. I think as soon as Vinicius hit him with any power, he was fucked. And Font schooled Phillips, you're right. Now, who do you think wins? Vinicius or Font? Because that's the fight that I hope they make. I think Vinicius is the most exciting bantamweight prospect, for sure. Alright? But you're talking about Bryce Mitchell, dude. We're talking about Bryce Mitchell versus Saeed. Now, I've had Vinicius in all his fights, starting with the dead Albanian. Okay? Moving on to Ricky Simone. Ricky Simone, whichever one of the fucking, Basharat brothers, he flatline KO'd, who was undefeated at the time. That was his next fight. Like, you're not talking about cans, dude. They've never given Oliveira a can. Bernardo Sopaj, alright, Ricky Simone, Saeed Nurmagomedov, and now Kyler Phillips. Yeah, and that's the thing, Chad King. And Chad King, you got one thing I think, like, now, I don't know how much of a game plan Vinicius had going into that fight, because one thing that Rob Font did was I'm not gonna say he over prepared because he won the fight, but I would say that he fucking his preparation was such that, like, he was all about rushing to where he lost the third round against was it the third or the second? I mean, they may have given him a 30-27, but there was a round that he gave to Kyler Phillips. The bottom line is that Vinicius Oliveira, dude, like, I didn't have, like, you could give that first round to, and I mean, like, did all three judges give it to him? Give Phillips the first round? If they did, so be it. Like, Vinicius Oliveira has been in trouble. Like, he was against Sopaj. If you remember the fucking Sopaj fight, dude. See, if that hadn't ended in a finish, way more people would be talking about how he almost lost that fight and how, it should have been stopped and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Almost like the Marlon Moraes fight against Murad. You could, yeah, sure. But did he look like he was done after the first round? No, because remember how the last 2 minutes of that first round went, dude. He took control. And he stayed in control for the rest of that fight. He was doing shit Phillips had no chance against. He's dodging fucking wheel kicks. He's landing spinning back kicks. He's fucking landing everything, bro. He had him against the cage. He almost finished him. Who's Terzi? Terzi, King Terzi, you'll see him. He's not a point fighter, dude. Look at that Sopaj fight, dude. Like, I'll put this to you, Chad King. If any of, dude, he owned that Ricky Simone fight. No, we're talking about Vinicius Oliveira. I wouldn't say that he gassed, though, Kyler Phillips. Okay, I'm saying I don't think Kyler Phillips gassed, dude. I think he was just outworked. He was outworked. Dude, he's a bantamweight, dude. His gas tank ain't that fucking short. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think what really happened. I think what really happened is he got outworked. See, I disagree. But regardless, let's talk about Saeed, dude. Saeed versus Bryce Mitchell. Yo, just got out of work. Nice, Mr. K. So, here's what I'll say, dude. Like, this is what I really think. Alright? Like, you look at who Saeed's lost to, it's like, he lost to Jonathan Martinez, right? He lost to Jonathan Martinez, who, you know, who got one takedown with a submission attempt. Alright? Now, Bryce Mitchell doesn't have the power. Especially but Martinez is better than you think. The problem, see, here's my thing with Martinez. He has good enough takedown defense. I think that I'll be honest with you, dude. I think that Saeed is every bit as good of a grappler. Mr. KO, 5 figures for fuck's sake. Last 2 cards I came in high 4, which is pretty shit. But look. Yeah, you can, but you see, you gotta factor in the loss of power. Look what happened to Chris Curtis going down to 170. Bro, like, there's a definite lack of power. He's never fought at that weight class before, and he's fighting a guy who's subbed Muin Gafurov, okay? And Muin Gafurov, don't forget who he is, right? Muin Gafurov just fucking took the O off Rinya Nakamura. Like, you know? Like, this guy, like, dude, Saeed is no joke. What was the last fight he fought at bantamweight, dude? Let's see. It was... Bro, he has not fought... Chad King, he hasn't fought at bantamweight not in the UFC. See, like, so he beat Dan Ige, which is hard to do when you're, yeah, I mean, Lerone Murphy barely beat Dan Ige. The Patricio Pitbull fight was kind of abysmal on Ige's end. For a round, dude. But, like, I mean, look, like, I think the adjustment to 135 is gonna be a problem. I think Saeed is gonna outstrike him. I think Saeed's takedown defense is definitely gonna be a problem. I think Saeed's gonna be able to... I think Saeed's gonna hurt him bad with leg kicks, dude. That's the other thing. I think he's gonna be able to hurt him bad with leg kicks. And I mean, Bryce's jiu-jitsu, you know, is what it is. But you take Bryce down on your own terms, and, you know, he's not that good at scrambles. You feel like Bryce was undersized. I mean, dude, Bryce is big for even feather. I mean, 5'9". He's about average. If you look at what the average UFC featherweight is. Chip. The average UFC bantamweight is 5'6", I believe. Bryce Mitchell's 5'9". Yeah. Fucking handcuffs, Jesus. I think he's following Jose Aldo over the cliff, bro. I mean, like, he doesn't have, and I mean, dude, you gotta remember too, it's like, you know, Saeed is no joke, like, when it comes to, I mean, you know, he could lock up a sub and he's very powerful. Right. Can't be as bad as Aljo's weight cut, but are you gonna put Bryce Mitchell in the same league as Aljo? I don't think so. Aljo's not gonna be a champion in a new weight class. That's obvious. But like, maybe a move up earlier. I mean, I think Bryce Mitchell kind of panicked after losing to, and just being like, fuck, like, I'm fucked in this division. Because of how, because Gene Silva just like, I mean, here, can we watch that fight? There's 2 fights I want to watch. Teep kick to keep him away. I don't even think, I think Saeed's gonna be he's trying to kick defensively. So what Mitchell's trying to do right now is he's trying to avoid okay, Chad King, how Silva doesn't have a problem. Silva has his hands down, right? Now, his torso is open. Silva has no problem leaving his torso open for a fucking left kick to the body from Mitchell, knowing it's not gonna come, cause he already knows. All right, he already knows that Mitchell has too much respect for his striking. So he already knows that Mitchell's striking, the sum of Mitchell's striking, Gene Silva can check kicks. Yeah, but watch. Yeah, but see, look at when Silva actually tries it. That first body kick hurt. That side kick did nowhere near the damage that one kick from Silva did. I get you, Chad King. I get your point. Have you seen the one where the human just yeah. See, you see what Mitchell's doing though? Mitchell is very worried about Silva striking to the point where Silva kind of doesn't give a shit. Meaning he's eating those leg kicks when he could check them. Is now letting the defensive striking come in just so he can strike back. If I'm Saeed and Saeed's camp and I'm watching, alright, Chad King, I'm gonna play another. Not that he lost to a future champion, he's horrible. What I'm saying is look at his weak. What I'm saying, look, Saeed can just as easily. His takedown defense is just as easy. Is Saeed the grappler that Gene Silva is? No. Is his takedown Silva? Now look at this. Okay, Chad King, I hear you. What I'm trying to illustrate is not Gene Silva being good. I'm trying to illustrate Bryce's weaknesses. Now you see, all of a sudden, Bryce's back is to the cage. Now the whole thing that Bryce should be watching for is to not let this happen. He's very vulnerable to strikes. So let's get to. Now he shouldn't have his. Now he shouldn't. Mitchell should never be in this position. Okay, alright, Chad King. Fair. Now let's look at the other fight. Hopefully this fight's on there. Alright, we're looking for Saeed Nurmagomedov versus Muin Gafurov. Yeah, this is Martinez. Yeah, if anyone can find Gafurov versus Saeed. This is a good example. This isn't Gafurov, but
Can't tell if he broke the grip.
Yeah, I think it's just one arm right now, where it was for a moment.
He's out. Ooh, man, that was tight.
Now Kakramanov.
Oh, right back in another one.
so look at Nurmagomedov on the ground. Yeah, they are, Mr. KO. Huh? It's not old, dude. It's just like 30. I don't know. Clean it. Call me touch.
Kakramanov and Saeed.
You call me touch. Show me a picture of your boy Brandon's off top.
Who just regains it.
One hook in. He's gonna try to go for a single leg.
Okay, now
Good defense so far.
Now, you see how Kakramanov is putting a lot of grappling on here. Yo, Chad, can you with me? Yeah, Brandon, what do you think this costs with a fucking... I got a 7 terabyte drive in this.
From Magomedov.
Yeah, Brandon, all that means is you overpaid for a fucking shit. Yeah, you're right, it costs $2.
There's a kick and a spin.
That spinning back kick to the body.
Nearly a clash of heads. Kakramanov is emptying the tank here.
That's something to notice. If you keep the pressure heavy the way Kakramanov is doing, that's how you get.
Now Kakramanov looking for his own guillotine here up against the
Alright,
fence.
so you see that? So Brad Mitchell might have
Magomedov able
the
to.
Magomedov.
Final 10 seconds of round one as Kakramanov spills the round on the other side. This show on YouTube, ESPN. Second round underway. Saeed Kakramanov did this.
So this is the kind. So let's say Bryce Mitchell puts it on him like this.
No setup for a shot, just straight to the ground.
Magomedov is trying to keep his feet, unable to do so.
Look at that back tip too. Grappling from Kakramanov is incredible.
And Kakramanov on the back, fired some elbow.
See how he keeps getting taken down?
Leashing.
No, we're watching Black Shorts. Is what we're watching.
Today, get 20% off the only watch tough enough for UFC on Timex.
one having the game plan of Kakhramonov, but a lot of striking as well. And we're seeing Kakhramonov shut the striking down with Nurmagomedov.
We're grabbing.
Just not in his position over submission for him.
And a little too high if you're Saeed Nurmagomedov. But again, on the guillotine.
Nice choke attempt there.
Oh, man, that's it.
And taps him.
Saeed Nurmagomedov was dealing with.
So he was being fucking bullied, dude. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like Bryce Mitchell, you've never seen a fight where Bryce Mitchell is getting worked like that and comes back and wins. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So Cody
You see him against Gaffer.
270 at the time, the third fastest finish in bantamweight history.
I would say no, Chad King. I would say Gaffarov is his best one.
You see Gaffarov trying to pressure him, trying to get in his face, put him on his heels. Oh, that's... Oh.
This is what
Oh, the guillotine. Gaffarov's got to be careful here.
Not a great guillotine.
Oh, Gaffarov rushed. This is tight.
Those standing guillotines, bro, are... He tried to do it to Vinicius Oliveira. You know? And Oliveira just won't let it happen. Like, you know? Oliveira's a special case like that. You know? I don't... Like, it's very... You know... It's also very hard to separate, like... I mean, there's just... No matter how you look at it, dude, there's, like, a lot of fan favoritism. I mean... You know... Cause Shad King, let's be honest, like... I mean... Be honest, dude. To some extent, right? You are looking for a way to justify Brad Mitchell winning, which I understand, but like, you know, it's not. It's just like, and I think he's a favorite. Am I wrong? And this is why he's a favorite. He's a favorite because he's moving down a division, which is the wrong... Someone shouldn't be a favorite for that reason. Thank you. I don't normally vape. Vaping today is like a... Kind of a... It's like an inside joke because of PTSD and MMA. So, Chad King, the problem... It's like... I mean... All, like, the thing is, like, his jiu-jitsu, like, I mean, his wrestling, you're right. I would say you're right, dude. I mean, he's, you know, he spent the majority of a fight held up against the cage, taken down, dude's trying to submit him. MK Ultra, then... I guess everybody's happy. Round 1 will be dangerous. Maybe he gets submitted. I don't see... The Gaffarov fight was round 1. But... Well, okay, Chad King, you're right if you're right if he's fighting Dan Ige. You know what I mean? That's how he beat Dan Ige. You know, he kept taking him down, and he wound up outstriking him because he's striking him while he's on the ground. But I think what he's gonna do, I think what Mitchell's gonna do is he's gonna fight aggressively. And he's gonna be fighting at a weight class where he has even less power. And let's be honest, Bryce Mitchell. Who the fuck's Brad Mitchell? Bryce Mitchell is he's never fought before and he's never had the most power. See, I mean, you could say that, Chad King, that EA is harder to take down. But who's really had Brad Mitchell, yeah? Who's ever fucking... Who have they ever matched Saeed up against besides Vinicius Oliveira, who isn't a grappler, purely? See, that can't be true. Chad King. That can't be true because, I mean, you're talking... Dan Ige fought... Who has Dan Ige fought? I mean, you think that Brad Mitchell hits harder than... I mean, you could say... I guess you could argue maybe Laron Murphy. I mean, Patricio Pitbull just fucking... Just bodied fucking Ige to the stomach. What's up, Murray? I'm not saying he made it up, dude. I'm saying that people show a certain... When you're a fighter, you show a certain kind of respect. You don't feel it when you get KO'd. Well, Ige's never been KO'd. Like... I'm not saying he made it up, dude. I'm saying that, dude, I would say don't trust what fighters say. And if you want to, Chad King, if you want to know, if you really want to look at that, look at predictions tracker consistently. Who has the worst picks? It's always Volkanovski. It's always Kamaru Usman, because they pick their. It's like when I say they pick their, I'm not saying they pick favorites. I'm saying they pick their favorites. Like they pick fighters that they like to win. Like now look, man, you might be right. I'm not gonna say Cejudo sucked. See, there was a time when Cejudo was very dominant. You know? Well, yeah, that's true, Chad King. That's true. That's true. But I mean, you know, if I thought about it, dude, I could bring up examples the opposite way. I'm not saying that you're necessarily wrong. I'm just saying what makes me hesitate is, okay, so here, let me ask you a question. Cause I don't want to keep bringing it back to Vinicius Oliveira, but like, do you think that, because, like, now Bryce Mitchell's he's entering 135, he's fighting an unranked guy, right? As, you know, as he should be. Rainier the Rizzlord. Whatever the fuck that means. Do I think my hair is nice? Yeah, bro. Nice enough to get MMA holes his wife. Thinking about a divorce. But yeah, so, yeah, what I'm saying... I mean, he might do better, but to what extent, though? Like, how far do you think he's gonna rise in the rankings? So, he's not looking at a championship fight, dude. You think he's gonna beat Sean O'Malley? You think he's gonna beat even guys like that? You think he's beating Piotr Jan? You know, do you think he beats Marcus McGee? These guys are powerful fighters. And I could see him cracking the top 10 against the right. He might beat Vaughn. Give him Umar, he's fucked. Give him Colby, not Colby. Give him, who am I thinking of? Yo, has anyone seen Khalil Roundtree on Joe Rogan? Yo, prediction tracker got my picks today. So here, let's see who picked here.
Welcome to the overview video for UFC Fight Night Abu Dhabi Robert Witt
Why is he obviously
versus Reinier de Ridder. In this video, we will go over all the picks and method of victory predictions made by the UFC prediction channels for every fight on this card. So let's get started with the first fight of the card, which is the heavyweight division between Martin Buday and Marcus Buchecha. Marcus Buchecha is the big favorite with
this might be the hardest fight on the card to pick. This guy Buchecha. Chad King, what do you think about this fight, bro? It's like, I mean, I'm sure you probably don't care about it, but it's like these two fat heavyweights. I think Buchecha coming off of one is
75%. Most are expecting he will win this fight via submission.
I'm gonna have to go with Buchecha
by the YouTube prediction channels, but still the favorite with 53 out of 78 for 68%. Also, most of the best predictors over the last 6 months go with Marcus Buchecha with 4 out of 5. And 3 out of 4 of the best predictors on favorite fighters and odds. And the underdog, Martin Buday, is picked by the best underdog predictors 2 out of 7. For method of victory, 5 channels go with the knockout or TKO.
Diamond Empire, what's good?
And 3 channels for Buchecha.
Buy that.
Most of the channels predict a submission win for Marcus Buchecha with 28 channels out of 45 for 62%. And with minus 110 for a submission win for Buchecha, the odds makers agree that this will be the most likely outcome. And for a decision win, we have 10 channels picking Buday and 2 for Buchecha. The next fight is in the featherweight division between Muhammad Yahya and Stephen Wynn. And Wynn is the big favorite with minus 350 and with plus 270. Yahya, the underdog. And he's also the big favorite in picks
wins obviously
with 89%. And most are predicting that he will win this fight via KO TKO. In picks by the YouTube prediction channels, he's even a bigger favorite. 72 out of 76.
This guy is just ass.
For 95%. And the best predictors and
you know what's funny about him is he got knocked out in his last fight, which was in Abu Dhabi, and they didn't give the guy a performance bonus.
For this fight, there were no method of victory odds available on OddsJam. 31 out of 45 for more than 2/3 for 69% predict a KO TKO win. For a submission win, 1 channel for each fighter, and 2 channels go for a decision win for Yahya, and 10 channels for a win.
Hold on.
Up next,
James Lynch. Yo, can somebody find me a clip of James Lynch? James Lynch says I botted my channel. I heard that. A nerd crying about Uncle F talking trash about him like he's not. Yeah, word, right? Yeah, I probably shouldn't listen to that, right? Dude, fucking, I heard, so James Lynch is going with Muhammad Yahya by submission. Please, somebody find me, link me a clip of this motherfucker talking shit about me. I heard that. I heard that he did that. Sorry, prediction tracker can be boring, it's not his fault.
One is the favorite with minus 275 and with plus 220. Billy, the underdog.
That's the thing is, like, people say Uncle Ive's boring, bro. Uncle Ive's not boring, dude. Uncle Ive's great.
The community, Aslan is a huge favorite with 90%, and most are predicting he will win this fight.
Yeah, Aslan better win this fight, dude.
A bit less by the YouTube prediction channels, but still a pretty big favorite with 63 out of 79 for 80%. And the best predictors have it 4 out of 5 for Aslan, the best favorite predictors 3 out of 4, and the best underdog predictors go with the underdog Billy Alakana 2 out of 7. The most predicted outcome for this fight is a KO TKO win for Ibo Aslan with 36
getting his cardio for the day.
For more than 75%.
Yeah, fighting off derelicts all the way from where.
KO TKO win for Ibo Aslan. 5 channels go with the submission win for Billy Alakana, and 2 a decision for Aslan, and 4 for Alakana. The next fight is in the women's strawweight division.
I had to go with Tabitha Ricci.
Ibas is the favorite with minus 190 in average odds, and Ricci the underdog with plus 155. Although Amanda Ribas is the favorite in average odds, 74% of the topology community go with Richie to win this fight versus 26 for Richie. But no matter who wins, they all expect this fight to go to the scorecards. The YouTube prediction channels are in line with the odds makers, and if Amanda Ribas as the favorite with 49 out of 75 for 65%. The best predictors go with Ribas 4 out of 5, the best favorite predictors 4 out of 4, and the best underdog predictors go with the underdog Richie 2 out of 7. For method of victory, we have one channel going with the KO TKO win for Ribas, but the rest of them all go with the decision win, with 30 out of 46 for Ribas and 50 out of 46 for Richie. The next fight on the prelims is between Davy Grant and Damon Blackshear in the bantamweight division. With minus 340 in average odds, Damon Blackshear is the big favorite, and Davy Grant the underdog with plus 265. Blackshear is also the big favorite in picks by the topology community.
So,
81% versus 19 for
yeah, see, like, okay.
Most of them expect this fight to go.
So you're talking about, you're talking about Chad King. You're talking about this fight, right? Like, Damon Blackshear is probably, in recent memory, dude, Damon Blackshear is probably Davy Grant's toughest fight.
And the best favorite predictors have Damon Blackshear winning. And the underdog, Davy Grant, is picked by the best underdog predictors 2 out of 7.
Yeah, Chad King, I agree.
We have one channel going with the KO TKO win for Damon Blackshear, but most have predicted a submission win for Damon Blackshear with 24 out of 49 for 49%. And for a decision win, going with Davy Grant,
of course he is.
For Blackshear. And what's interesting, with the odds, you get a better
yeah, people should go call Sven out over there.
90, then for a decision win with plus 170.
Yeah, hold him accountable. Everybody needs to be on, go be on Sven's ass, dude.
Between Muslim, Salikov, and Carlos Leal. And Carlos Leal is a huge favorite with minus 500. And with plus 365,
yeah, Chad King, definitely, but Damon Blackshear is
not a huge favorite, but still
unquestionably better. I mean, Leal, this is a pretty clear knockout for Leal.
KO TKO. But he is a huge favorite in picks by the YouTube prediction channels with 73 out of 78 for almost 90.
Yeah, I know, Chad King. If you look though, take a closer look at some of those wins by Daniel Marcos, bro. He barely won. He barely beat John Castaneda. Barely beat, like, split decision. He just happened not to get his O taken until he fought what's his name?
In the bantamweight division between Bryce Mitchell
so he fought
in average odds, this fight is pretty close.
You know what I'm
Bryce
talking
Mitchell
about.
is the small favorite with minus 140. And Said Nurmagomedov, the underdog with plus 150. The topology community go against the odds makers, and they have Nurmagomedov as the favorite with 61% versus 39% for Bryce Mitchell. But no matter who wins, most predict that this fight will go to the scorecard. And the YouTube prediction channels are exactly even in picks for this fight, and each fighter is picked by 39 channels. The best predictors have a 3 out of 5 for Mitchell, the best
so like, who's picking?
3 out of 4, and the best
fucking Rio.
The underdog, Said Nurmagomedov, 3 out of 7. For method of victory predictions, we have 0 channels going with a KO or TKO win for both fighters. For a submission win, we have 5 out of 50 for Bryce Mitchell.
I think it's gonna be a decision.
Out of 50 for Said Nurmagomedov. But most of the YouTube prediction channels predict that this fight will end in a decision. And 19 out of 50 go for a decision win for Bryce Mitchell, and 50 out of 50 for Said Nurmagomedov. And what's interesting, for the method of victory odds, we have plus 165 decision win.
Yeah, I agree, Chad.
Plus 400 for a Nurmagomedov decision win. So a decision win is pretty close in picks, but not in odds. Want to support the channel and unlock some extra perks? Consider becoming a member of Coffee or a supporter on Patreon. There, you will get daily updates after this video went live with the latest picks and method of victory predictions for this upcoming card. I would appreciate your support a lot and would be very grateful.
Bro.
So, thank you so much for considering. Links can be found in the video description.
Main card.
Opening up the main card, we have a fight in the light heavyweight division between Nikita Krylov and Bogdan Guskov.
Bro, I'm gonna go with Guskov by knockout.
Although Guskov,
I'm going with Guskov by knockout. Yeah, I agree with that, Chad King. Most people don't mix in the wrestling. That's where Mark Tavares fucked up.
Is the underdog. He is the favorite in picks by the topology community with 63%, and most are predicting he will win this fight by a KO or TKO. So they go against the odds, but the YouTube prediction channels, they go with the odds makers. And they have Nikita Krylov as the favorite with 44 out of 80 for 55%. The best predictors over the last 6 months have a 3 out of 5 for Krylov. The best predictor
Yeah, Goshkov,
2
yeah.
out of 4 for each fighter. And the best predictor on underdog,
Second
go with the
round.
underdog, Bogdan Guskov, 2 out of 7. A bit more than half of the channels that made the method of victory prediction go with a KO TKO win for Guskov with 22 out of 45 for 51%. And 0 channels go with a KO TKO win for Krylov. But a lot of them go with a submission win for him with 19 out of 45
See, how-
for 42%. 0 channels have a
Dude,
submission win.
Guskov's submission
And
defense
for a
is
decision win, we
very
have
much
only
on
3
point.
channels going with Krylov and 0 for Guskov. When we look at the method of victory odds, something
Dude, Dominic
very interesting
Reyes
is
just
going on. When we look
slaughtered
at the KO
Krylov.
for both fighters, it's plus 245.
And
But as you can see,
he was
Krylov
inactive
has
for a
been
long
0
time. He
Guskov,
came back to
23.
get
So it looks
worked
like
by
odds makers
fucking...
have it all wrong for the KO TKO odds. The next fight on the main card is in the flyweight division between
I'm going with Ochoa.
Ochoa. And this is the closest fight in average odds on this card. The slight favorite is Asu Amabayev with minus 190 and with minus 103 Jose Ochoa, the underdog. But it's basically even. And despite it being even,
Possibly Chad King, but he's got to get it there. And after... Dude, Guskov almost got... So Guskov almost got submitted by Billy Elikana in that last fight. And his submission defense is crazy good.
Out of 82 for 56%. The best predictors go with Asu Amabayev 3 out of 5. The best favorite predictors 3 out of 4.
I don't think he even lets himself get taken down this
4
time.
out of 7. But because this fight is so close, you can kind of ignore the best favorite and underdog predictors for this one. For method of victory predictions, we have 1/3 of all the channels, 15 out of 45, predicting a KO TKO win for Ochoa. 2 channels go with a submission win for Almabayev and 1 channel for Ochoa. But most channels have predicted a decision win for Almabayev, 19 out of 45 and 8 out of 45 for Ochoa. When we look at the odds for the method of victory predictions, we have plus 150 for a decision win Almabayev, which is picked by 19 channels, and we have plus 300 for a KO TKO win for Ochoa, which is picked by 15 channels. So maybe a nice payout for a KO TKO bet on Ochoa. What do you think? Is it worth it? Let us know in the comments. The next fight is in the middleweight division.
So I have to go with Shara
Andre Barrios.
by decision.
Minus 655 in average odds, Shara Magomedov is the biggest favorite on this card. And with plus 460, Mark Andre, the big underdog. Magomedov is also a huge favorite in picks by the topology community with 92%. Most predict he will win this fight by a KO or TKO.
I don't think-
See the same results in picks by
I don't think
YouTube
he knocks him
prediction
out.
channels. Magomedov is picked 75 out of 80 for 94%. So again, a huge favorite. And all of the best predictors...
Dude, it's so funny. I know like none of these
go with
people.
Shara Magomedov. So how are they predicting that he will win this fight? Well, 41 out of 51 go with a KO or TKO win for Shara Magomedov for over 80%. We have 0 channels picking a submission win, and we have 10 channels going with a decision win. 7 for Magomedov and 3 for Bar.
Yeah, my shit's gonna be on the like the after
Next
card
fight,
shit,
go
because I got
main
my
event
picks
of the
in there.
evening between Peter Young and Marcus McGee in the bantamweight division. In average odds, Peter Young is a big favorite.
It's
with
possible,
minus 390
Chad.
and with plus 300, Marcus McGee, the underdog. Young is also the big favorite.
So I have to go with Jan, of course.
92%. Most are predicting he will win via decision. And he's also the big favorite.
Yeah, Chad King, I kind of agree.
68 out of 78 for 87%. And all of the best
Taking
predictors,
Jan by
favorite
decision.
and underdog predictors go with Jan. For method of victory predictions, we have 5 out of 49 going with a KO TKO win for Jan. 0 channels have a submission win for both fighters. And most of the channels, 40 out of 49, predict a decision win for Peter Jan. And 4 for McGee. Also the odds makers think that the most likely outcome is a decision win for Peter Jan with odds of minus 170. For the last fight of this card, we have the main event between Robert Whittaker and Reinier de Ridder in the middleweight division. And in odds, this is a pretty close one. Robert Whittaker is the slight favorite with minus 155 in average odds, and with plus 130, Reinier de Ridder, the underdog. But it's even closer in picks by the topology community, and Reinier de Ridder is the small favorite with 51%.
So, honestly,
most are predicting a submission win.
I'm gonna say that the Ritter wins by a sub just because.
In picks by YouTube prediction channels. But here, Robert Whittaker is the small favorite with 43 out of 81 for 50%.
Whittaker's
The best predictors over the last 6 months have a 3 out of 5 for Robert Whittaker. The best predictors on favorite fighters 3 out of 4, and the best predictors on underdogs go with the.
I don't know about that, Mr. KO. When
4 out of 7. So
he has a very effective means of unorthodox striking.
So things might look different in 2 days. If you want to stay up to date with the latest picks and predictions by the best predictors, consider becoming a member on Patreon or buy me a coffee and get daily updates with the.
See what everybody's boy. Oh God, everybody's boy, not the good James. Holy shit. Where's Guru? Okay, look at my fucked up feed. Yo, this channel Narere's fight stories. Good shit, by the way. See what Guru, whose pics are trash, has to say. Yeah, cause like, yeah, Leandro, it's like.
You know, I'm not saying they're the same in any way, but when Bo Nickel got a chance to show some toughness after his MMA transition, hunched over in the ball on the ground. So, Marcus Buchecha was getting hit by Rugrug, who's a sourced up, I think he's a Senegalese wrestler. He's got a background in wrestling, so he actually could deal with Buchecha's takedowns quite well and survived some scary moments.
Yeah, he had that one loss,
but he also did a lot of
like,
damage.
The thing is with Buchecha, right? How the fuck you say it? He's coming off of one, which is a lot different than a guy coming off of LFA. You're still not sold on RDR being a contender, is what you're saying?
Buchecha early in the fight because he had a massive swelling up eye, hematoma here and there. So Buchecha toughed out a fight where he got given a lot of problems early. And
I mean,
he was
this
still
is the
able to
fight,
get some
right?
grappling off, but he did lose.
This is also the fight that shows whether or not. I mean, dude, how Whittaker lost to Kamaev, bro, is pretty staggering. Is that Whittaker past his prime, or is that just how good
I think Buchecha's
Kamaev
problems are going to come when he takes on someone who is, you know, in shape enough
He
to
struggled
move their feet underneath
with
them without plodding around.
GM3, but he got
Ryan
a
Baday's
finish,
fodder.
bro.
I like Ryan
And
Baday. He's actually underrated.
that was his
He's
first
good. I think he's got
octagon
a UFC
fight,
record of
and that's something that
6-1,
people
and the
don't
only guy
realize.
who lost to is Shamil Gaziev, the Group
That
1
adjustment,
himself,
dude, is not an easy
I don't
one.
think he's all that bad, but I do think that if he does get taken down by Buchecha, he's cooked. And he will get
I don't think he'll be able to do that, but I think his unorthodox striking, where he stays close to you and really works the body, I think he's gonna have Whittaker trying to get away from him, and eventually he's gonna be able to get Whittaker to the ground. And when he's got Whittaker on the ground, he's gonna sub him.
I trust in Buchecha here. I'm going to say Buchecha gets this one done.
Complex.
In fact,
Yeah,
round one,
yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna say that Buchecha gets this
Yeah.
one done. But we now
Maybe.
move on to the sponsor of today's video, Prize.
Other than Murad,
Go over
maybe.
to prizepicks.com. They're the sponsor of
I think
today's
we're
video.
gonna be
New
seeing.
users play
By the way,
$5,
alright, you're
get
fucking
$50
shilling for this
instantly
fucking
in-
shit. Shut up. Shut up, Kyle. Come on. I'm gonna call my channel botted, motherfucker. I'll call you out for shilling the prize for this.
Is what we're
It's
gonna
all
do
love.
here.
It's all
He'll
love.
beat Muhammad Yahya.
Guru put
Well,
me
no
on
shit,
to begin
man.
with, so.
He is.
Put me on
Muhammad
and then
Yahya.
turn around and tell me my channel's
Stephen
botted. If anyone's botting
Magid,
it, it'd be
he's been
you.
around for a long time. You know, he lost against, I think the guy's called Aaron Cruz or something along that line. I can't remember the name of it, but the guy that he
Something
fought in
along
the
the
series,
line of
very
Aaron
early
Cruz.
wars on the Contender Series as well. There was a time when he was like a young 20-something-year-old guy trying to get into the UFC, and he got finished by Alon Cruz. That's his name. Alon Cruz. Alon Cruz. A weird name to go for, but yeah, he knocked him out.
I'm not about to
in
start
the Contender
taking
Series a long
shots
time
at
ago.
Gary.
And Eugen's had a bit of mixed results. You know, he had a good scrap in his debut against Jaron Aarons, which isn't the best guy to lose to, don't get me wrong, but Muhammad Yahya.
He's better pure grappling than Rob. I think Chad King, I think we're going to start seeing a lot more finishes from Rob.
Beat the fuck out of by Trevor Peak. I think Steven.
Yeah, Cowie Fernandez, that's the guy I was trying to
Trevor
remember.
Peak did, but a little bit more technical, which is actually going to give less.
They really beat the
Muhammad Yahya.
fucking shit
Steven's
out
a
of
very
Yahya.
well-rounded fighter. He doesn't really excel and
First
stand
round
out
KO.
in a particular area, but there's also not a lot of like.
Yeah, shit. That's why he's only ever fought on. He's the only UAE guy for real. That's why he's the only fights on these Abu Dhabi cards.
But sometimes he does seem to get outdone. I just don't see him getting outdone by Muhammad Yahya. Let's face it, the only reason this guy was signed in the first place is because he's from Abu Dhabi, and he's the only fighter in UFC history from Abu Dhabi.
No, Leandro, what I'm saying is, I think
he's the only
we're going to start seeing more finishes out of him.
And he's the only one on the roster now. So because Abu Dhabi and Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I literally just said that, yeah.
Putting him on the cards. Or keeping him
I mean, I
in the
guess
sport,
Drew's
because
video's been
Muhammad
up for a
Yahya
while.
went
I'm not saying
and so
Drew's
far, he's
copying.
professionally got his ass whooped twice. So I'm going to go with Steven to win this fight. I think he's a little bit more well-rounded, a little bit better on the feet, a little bit more disciplined. And
He's overall
so
a much better fighter.
30-27 decision, outdoing Muhammad Yahya.
I think he knocks him out. I think he knocks Yahya out.
So I'm going to go with Steven.
I think Yahya's
getting
chin
this one
is
done.
shit.
I don't see him really going too far in the sport, but I think he's enough to beat Muhammad Yahya. Okay? So I'm going to go with Steven. We move on up the card to another fight, which is Ibo Aslan versus Billy Elikana. Turkish power, Gyno power, call it as well. Beaten by the great Kutalaba in his last fight by submission. A little bit of a wild fight in the first round where there was a lot of grappling situations. And, you know, other than that, he finished Anton Turkali or Turkali.
Yeah, Nelson's not on the way
Beaten
yet.
by third round finish.
So I think I'm
That was a guy
gonna,
he actually lost to on the regional scene. That was his other loss. Out of his
might
two
change the
losses.
title of
It was a
this stream.
submission defeat to Anton Turkalj.
Yo,
Billy Elikana
I gained
had
8 more subs.
Bogdan
Yo,
Kozlov
15
back
more
in
subs
the
and I'm at
his debut.
106k.
And Bogdan
Which really
Kozlov
pissed
is
Lane off.
good.
So everybody who wants to piss off Lane, subscribe to this
I kinda wanna
channel.
go with Billy Elikana to
Or
get
just
this
do
one
it
done.
for the fuck of
I don't even
it.
know the odds. I don't even know the odds for this fight. I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like
You don't
Billy
have
Elikana's
to
gonna be a
pick
slight
the
underdog,
fight,
or this is gonna be
asshole.
somewhat evens. I'm gonna go with Billy Elikana here. I think he's actually somewhat technical. There are some fights that I haven't really liked the look of in his regional scene. He had a split decision with a Chuck Campbell or something along those lines. And I thought it was a pretty messy looking fight. But Ibo Aslan, if you mix it up on him, you can do well. You know, if you give him a few things to think about, he's not as dominant. Even against Anton Turkalj, who's very sloppy on the feet. He left a lot of openings there. So you know what? I'm going to go against Turkish power. And I'm going to go against Ibo Aslan. I know there's a fan base out there right now, and this is their guy, and this is Turkey's guy. And they're going to be upset about that. But you know what? I'm going to go with Billy Elikana. But yes or no, there was a moment in that Bogdan Guskov debut, who's very good and is going to be on this card later on. There was a moment in that Bogdan Guskov debut where you thought, hang on a minute. You had a little bit of a CTE Volt mode. Hang on a minute. What's going on here? Hang on a minute. He was on his back the whole time, scrambling very well, and it seemed like Guskov couldn't shake him off. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Billy Elikana. I'm going to trust in his dynamic ability to get positions like the back, to get positions on top position, and shoot takedowns in interesting ways. I think he's a wild card. I think he's a bit like a light heavy or a light heavyweight Oliveira. Not as good, but I don't know. I always compared him to Oliveira. I'm not saying they're as good as him or they've achieved as much as him or anything like that. I just mean that they have like weird finishing potential, even though their technicality doesn't seem up to par. That's what I mean when I relate them to Oliveira. So I'm going to go with Billy Elikana. I'm going to trust Billy Elikana to get this one done. Probably by submission. I'm going to say rear naked choke submission, second round for Billy Elikana getting this one done. We move on.
Oh, he's picking against me.
Amanda Ribas versus Tabitha Ricci. It's a tricky one, but I'm going to go with Amanda Ribas. Am I going to go with Amanda Ribas? I don't really know what to go with on this one, to be honest with you guys. I've been trying to think about it. Tabitha Ricci has some pretty underrated wins. She has a win over Gillian Robertson, which is a clear win from her. This is the problem that I have. That it's going to be a 29-28 decision, likely. It's quite likely to be a 29-28 decision.
Pick Ribas.
And I don't know what Ricci has done backstage, but they love giving her robbery decisions. She has not won half of her fights that they've given her in the UFC. Clearly, in my opinion, I thought she lost to Angela Hill. I thought she lost to, who was the other girl? Tiny Tornado, Tisha Pennington now. I thought she lost that fight as well. I think Tabitha Ricci has been gifted so many fights in her career. And it makes me go into this, and even though I just said maybe Ribas, it makes me go into this.
He broke his soy hand. We're charging.
Oh, well, I'm picking against her because she hasn't won any of her fights that they actually said that she won.
What makes him think I want to collab? Yo, MKLG, go back there and tell him. He wants to collab. Let's tell him to throw up a link right now. Tell him to throw up a link without any of his faggots.
Shooting takedowns on Mackenzie Dern. They can't be trusted.
Yeah, Addy, the problem with that is that cancer's genetic.
Even if it's a close 29-28 decision, she'll get given a robbery victory anyway. I'm going with Tabitha Ricci to get this one done. She's an industry plant. Same with her boyfriend, Callum Walsh, the boxer, who's like the UFC's poster boy in boxing pretty much. They always post about whenever he has
I'm going with Tabitha Ricci too for different reasons.
I'm going to go with Tabitha Ricci getting this one done. Robbery, 29-28 decision. Don't hate the player.
I've already done that, Mr. K.
Up the card to another fight, which is Davey Grant versus Damon Blackshear. Now, as a seasoned MMA predictor, you guys know I'm tempted. Everybody's tempted to go with the nice old Davey Grant pick now and then, and I am. As someone who's seen many UFC fights and many Davey Grant fights, I'm very tempted.
I don't care, bro.
However,
I might not be streaming for a while.
I think Damon Blackshear's submission and grappling game is a little bit underrated. And I think his performance against Eli Lateng was actually really good and composed. The performance that he had against Cody Gibson made me think a guy like Davey Grant would chew him up. But sometimes people have bad performances. They do. Sometimes people have bad performances. I'm not going to judge Damon Blackshear on his worst performance that I've seen from him. By the way, his worst performance isn't even his loss. That's still a win. He beat Cody Gibson and submitted him and beat him.
His worst performance was when...
Maybe Cody Gibson just couldn't do enough to win. And
he was a Damon Jackson flatline carried him.
He left himself open for being finished at the same time because of the pressure that he was putting on Damon Blackshear. So, you know what? I'm going to go with Damon Blackshear. And I said, his worst performance isn't his loss. Because the fight with Mario Batista that he had, he could have won it. He actually could have won that fight. I lean towards Mario Batista.
It's okay, dude.
Fight, though.
Okay,
and I could see people scoring that towards Damon Blackshear. Very, very close fight. So I think that aged very well for Damon Blackshear. So, listen, if I was just going to judge this off of the Damon Blackshear performance against Cody Gibson, no brainer, I'm taking Davey Grant. I'm judging it based on everything else. Yes, he got chinned by
Milo blocked?
I don't think he's going to get chinned by Davey Grant down the pipe. Grant throws wild shit, which is like Sure, it has a higher chance of KOing you because it's a massive, powerful shot, and that's why Davy Grant has so many finishes. However, it's also easier to see coming. And Damon Blackshear showed pretty decent striking defense against Eli Alateng. And while he was pushing Alateng backwards, he was doing pretty good defensively in his striking. So I'm going to go with Damon Blackshear. I like Davy Grant. I really like that Davy Grant. But I think there comes a time, especially after his neck surgery and some of the time off that he's had, where we aren't going to see peak Davy Grant anymore. And it's sad because I think Davy Grant beat Adrian Yanez. You know, I think Davy Grant won another fight that he got robbed in, and I can't remember the name of the guy that he got robbed against, but there was another fight in Davy Grant's career where he got pretty badly robbed, and I thought he very clearly won, against Daniel Marcos. But Daniel Marcos is a little bit one-dimensional. And if he doesn't have much of a physicality advantage, he seems to struggle. I feel like Damon Blackshear is rangy, tricky, technical, well-rounded, will grapple, will mix in submissions if he needs to. So I'm going to pick him to beat Davy Grant here. It sucks. I think Davy Grant, at his peak, should have been a ranked bantamweight because of the wins that he had against Yanez and Daniel Marcos. He should have been. But the surgeries, the time off, he's getting up there in age. I'm going to go against Davy Grant. And he gets robbed. They robbed the old guy that they're paying.
I mean, yeah, if he admits that he started with me.
So if anyone's going to win a close decision, it's going to be Damon Blackshear. So
sure.
I'm going to go with Damon Blackshear to get this one done.
I'm not trying to continue a beef, but
where, you know, he has good moments, but he also, there's moments where he doesn't. Like, he got dropped really badly by Jonathan Martinez, came back and knocked him out in the second round. Then there was another fight that Davy Grant had against Lewis Smolka, where he actually finished Smolka in the third round. Dominant third round, dominant first round. Second round, Smolka starts tagging him really badly on the face. And once he got that momentum, Grant really struggled to shake it, and he had to have a complete round reset until he went back out there in the third and changed it up again. I think Damon Blackshear could do that. I think he could do that. I think he can push and build in momentum and volume. I'm going to take Damon Blackshear to get this one
Drew put me on, dude.
Second round finish for Damon Blackshear after a
He
bit of a
encouraged me
tough
to make a
first
channel.
round. I've got Damon Blackshear getting this one done. We move on. Up the card to another fight. Muslim Salikov versus Carlos Leal. I'm going to go with Leal. He's a monster. He is. A lot of people accuse him of roids because he has tested positive before, I'm pretty sure. He's had multiple fights overturned for drug testing, but the UFC just signed him because the UFC don't care about roids. John Jones is the GOAT. And he's allowed to use them. They pick and choose who they allow to based on marketability and excitement. So, yeah, it's one of those things. Maybe Leal's come off them now, but he's still a monster, absolute beast. And Salikov, he's getting up there. And Randy Brown chinned the fuck out of him. And he's had some fights here and there where he'll bounce back and get a spinning wheel kick KO and spinning back kick KO to the face. And all of a sudden it's like, damn, who's this Muslim Salikov guy? He's a real prospect. But he's getting up there in age. He's got a reach disadvantage here against Carlos Leal.
What's going on?
And I don't see Leal.
I'm just going over this card.
I see him getting in Salikov's face and treating him like a 40-year-old man. I know Leal isn't that old either, or isn't that young either, but he's definitely got more in the tank at this point in his career. And I think he can push Salikov up against the cage and beat the shit out of him there like he did against Alex Morona. I think it will take longer to get him there, and I think it will take him, you know, maybe into the second round to get him into that position rather than doing Morona in the first, the way that he did. But Carlos Leal, I mean, he ain't got to worry about takedowns here. Salikov, despite his name and first name and beard and hair, like, he doesn't grapple. Like, he's a pure striker. He's the king of Kung Fu, is the nickname of Salikov. He's a spinning kick guy. He's a kick guy.
Yeah,
dude. A ton of kicks, a ton of punches.
Anything I heard Sven.
I think that will leave him in danger against Carlos Leal. So I'm going to say that Carlos Leal, first round, gets the better of it. Maybe Salikov has some moments. Leal maybe gets a takedown, pushes him up against the cage, beats him up a little bit there at the end of the first. Round two, he gets him up against that cage again and finishes him, I reckon, this time. So Carlos Leal, round 2 TKO. We move on. Up the card.
I'm moving on to, look, so I got some family shit going on. I'll know tomorrow whether or not, like, it's gonna be my last stream. This is gonna be my last stream for a while. Alright? if so, I'm happy. Like, I'm happy people fucking enjoyed my channel. Tell Gummy Gang. Alright, tell Gummy Gang he's a fucking faggot. Tell him I will still tonight. He wants to throw up a link. Like, you know. Tell Sven he's a fucking faggot. I guess. You know. Obviously. Make sure you know that No Chill sucks dick. Literally, figuratively. Fucking Melson's cool. Leandro's cool. I know Chad King, you don't like him. But yeah, look, like I said, I'll know tomorrow. Hopefully shit goes well, but, you know, you gotta plan for the worst. So, and that Dead Space MMA is a legend. Alright? You know what? Go attack Gummy Gang for me. If you guys want. But, I'm gonna dip. Alright? Take it easy.